Ladies, I'm here on the show, and I'm here on the show to talk about Monday Night Raw from tonight. Final Monday Night Raw before Summerslam. Go home show. They rode into Detroit in Little Caesars Arena for Raw just 5 days before the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. Yes, it's a 2-night SummerSlam. CM Punk and Gunther wrapped up their hype for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Roman Reigns was in the house, and 8 of the most talented women in the industry waged war in a 8-women tag battle that featured Rhea, Io, Naomi, Stephanie, bunch of others. So with Monday Night Raw tonight, my overall grade, if I'm gonna give it one here, I thought it was a solid show. You know, I think it was solid enough to warrant a solid grade, if nothing else. I'd give the show like a 7 out of 10. Thought it was a solid show, you know. As a go-home show, though, ahead of SummerSlam, it felt a lot to be desired. It kind of, lacked a sense of urgency you'd expect from the creative team to have one of the biggest shows of the year until the final 2 segments of the night. But when you're producing 2 hours of television, there should be more substance than that. There was plenty of fun, though, including a mixed tag team match the company should consider booking more frequently. And the aforementioned last 2 segments were great television, I thought. But this felt top-heavy, something that should not be the case on shows as long as this one. But with that said, if there's still enough to warrant a solid grade for this, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 show. Like I said, last 2 segments were really damn good. Again, the last segment with Jay and Bronson facing off, and then Roman comes out. So, Jey Uso got that win via DQ, and then the heels stood tall. That nice spear through the barricade. Roman and Jay speared through the barricade. And then the last 2 segments, like I mentioned, oh my God, Gunther and CM Punk tonight. Fantastic promo tonight by these 2 gentlemen. But I'm going to go over the show here. But the last 2 segments, the last 2 things of the show were really damn good, I thought, tonight. So let's get into it. So, Paul Heyman interrupts Jey Uso at the start of the show. So, former World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso hit the ring following extended tribute to Hulk Hogan. But before he could address the red-hot crowd, Paul Heyman interrupted, saying, "Family is always going to let you down. Family is always going to get you in trouble. Trust the Oracle." I ain't calling you the Oracle. That's not a prediction, that's a prophecy. I beg your pardon? Heyman warned Uso ahead of Saturday's match at SummerSlam, in which the latter will team with Roman Reigns to battle Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Heyman rattled off several instances of Uso's family letting him down, relying to him. Jey Uso, I love you, he said before adding, just like family. You leached onto our family. Where the hell's yours at? Uso asked, but before putting an exclamation point to the segment by claiming him and Reigns are headed to SummerSlam to beat Reed and Breaker. I thought a solid segment here opened the show. I don't think it was great, but I thought it was solid. But I guess some takeaways here. Heyman, being the master manipulator, did everything he could to plant seeds of dissension. On the surface, it did not work, but the former World Heavyweight and Undisputed Universal Champion, respectively, have a long history of the intent to bring the heels a win. Maybe exploiting that will be the key, because I mean, after tonight, do you really want to have the momentum of the heels just gone? I kind of think they got a win, to be honest. I know they got put over tonight, but I have to put them over the pay-per-view, to be honest, because Roman and Jey can afford a loss. Next, we had AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day. Obviously, AJ will challenge Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship SummerSlam, and in the preview of that match, he partnered with Kairi Sane and Asuka to battle Dirty Dominic. Mysterio, and the women's tag team champions, Raquel and Roxanne. Honestly, this was pretty fun, to be honest. AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors defeated Judgment Day. It was a rare mixed tag team match. There should be more of that across WWE programming, because the women's division is arguably the hottest area of the WWE roster right now. Booking them visibly on the par with the men's division counterparts will only help elevate their stature further. I just like the mixed tag matches, which is very rare when they do them. But when they do, they're good. And it helps when you put great wrestlers in the ring. But yeah, AJ Styles and Kabuki Warriors win. So it's gonna be interesting, man. At SummerSlam, I mean, AJ got the upper hand tonight. So are they gonna have Dominic retain the championship? We'll see. But that's gonna be a hell of a match. So it could be a sleeper for match of the night, maybe match of the weekend, possibly. But yeah, it was a fun match. That featured some great spots late. A noticeable spotlight on the women's tag division, and a hot finish at Bell Anticipation. AJ Styles and Mysterio, SummerSlam. Roxanne Perez and Raquel are quickly evolving to a great tag team, where they're defending against Alexa and Charlotte. I think they'll keep the titles on them, let them run with it a bit longer. At least that's what I think will happen. But yeah, a pretty good mixed tag team match here. Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. So, born of a backstage confrontation earlier today, Sheamus squared off with Grayson Waller in the night's next match. Match went about as he expected, with the Celtic Warrior absorbing everything Grayson Waller threw at him, rocking him with a jumping knee and delivering 10 beats of the bottom, or whatever the fuck you call it. Rusev interfered and influenced the outcome, but Sheamus shook it off, caught Waller with a bro kick, scored the win. And the Bulgarian Brute got the best of his rival Sheamus, leaving him lying following the accolade. Sheamus defeated Grayson Waller. Don't really know what to say, man. Waller might not be in the best shape of his career, but it don't matter, because he still cannot pick up a win despite Rusev providing a distraction. So, probably tells you what they think about Grayson Waller. The beauty of this Sheamus and Rusev feud is its simplicity. One doesn't like the other, and they beat the hell out of each other. Result easy. Lawler and Becky's final build, and then Karrion Kross has to sit down with Sami Zayn in their final opportunity before SummerSlam, before the street fight. She claimed Becky will have to beat the life out of her to keep her down Sunday in East Rutherford. Becky comes out, attempted a sneak attack, but Valkyria cut her off and proceeded to punish her with a barrage of kendo stick shots, and the former champion stood tall to close the segment. And then afterwards, you had a pre-taped interview that stayed as a sit-down between Corey Graves and Sami Zayn, developed into a tense face-off involving the latter and his SummerSlam opponent, Karrion Kross. Zayn promised that if he loses, he will say whatever Kross wants him to, but if it's the other way around, Kross has to look in Zayn's eyes and tell him he was wrong. So they've had 2 matches. Sami Zayn won the first one. Karrion Kross won the second one. I'm going to assume Sami Zayn might win, but we'll see. But Lawler and Becky was fine. I saw, of course, typical Twitter, they put one little clip of her doing some dance in the ring. I don't know, man. Twitter's so toxic. That's why I'm staying. I mean, I'll look at people's opinions of matches and repost stuff, but I don't stay on Twitter the whole show, because it's too toxic, man. Even the weekly shows, people like complain on Twitter. I thought Lyra was fine, like relax. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross, a pretty good sit down segment. And Lyra did recover nicely after an awkward fumble early on. We had a little fumble. Some awkward dance or whatever it was. The crowd went silent. But she recovered nicely. Look, she has growth and evolution as a performer, particularly on the mic. So the street fight for the women's Intercontinental title could be possibly a show stealer this SummerSlam weekend. And also that segment, more sit-down interviews like the one we saw with Zayn and Kross, that take the wrestler, take like that. Take the wrestlers out of the ring and into a fresh setting should be a thing. 8 woman 8-woman tag match. Naomi partnered with Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Alba Fire to battle Rhea, Io, Nikki, and Stephanie. 8-women tag match. Another great match. Great tag team match. Obviously, Ripley, Stephanie Vicare, Io Sky, Nikki Bella defeat Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Alba Fire, and Naomi. A pretty good tag match. Both the mixed tag team match and then the 8-women tag, both were really good, I thought. Obviously, the baby faces stood tall to close the segment. I mean, Alba Fire joining Chelsea Green, Piper Niven's act has been a great spot to her. She is too good not to be on TV, so if it means being a pseudo comedy act to get ring time, I guess so be it, 'cause she was excellent here. Stephanie shined big time, setting the stage for a big fall coming up for her. So much so that it almost feels like a given that Naomi retains at SummerSlam just to set up a defense against La Primera at Clash in Paris. Rhea and Stephanie's going to make WWE boatloads of money one day. Well, they do have nice behinds. They're already perceived by fans to be tops in the division. Put them together in a title program, and you have a legitimate main event future WrestleMania. Hell, even maybe next year for WrestleMania, one of the main events. LWO versus Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championships. Once again, another good tag match. They can put on good tag team wrestling when they want to. They can have good tag teams. Another great one here. Obviously, Judgment Day were going to retain. They defeated LWO. The heels worked over them for a large portion of the match, but a hot tag ignited the baby faces and had them rolling late, and even had "This Is Awesome" chants raining down from the crowd. The challengers took the fight to the air as they pursued their first tag team title. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. But a late appearance by El Grande Americano. I don't even know who. I don't even know. It didn't look like Ludwig Kaiser. By El Grande Americano, the Ludwig Kaiser version, a second masked individual, proved too much for the challengers to overcome. People are like, it's Pete Dunne. Look, I'm just tired of this El Grande shit, man. Like, sure, it's getting guys over, I guess. But, I don't know. It's like, I'm just kind of sick of it, to be honest. Sure, it could get guys over, probably more over than they would be. Well, Ludwig Kaiser, I think, can get over without it. But, I mean, I guess, if it's working for them, fine. Balor and JD have really become workhorses on the Raw brand, guys that can be relied on to deliver more times than not in tag team matches. Gunther and Punk, oh boy. Now, I was kind of disappointed last week, but I did say they would probably do more this week. Oh man. Gunther said, I left the voice of the voiceless speechless, said of his confrontation last week before the former champion interrupted. And the straight edge superstar responded to the ring general, telling him it dawned on him. He doesn't want to be world heavyweight champion. He needs to be world champion. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, but I understand addiction. Punk started before pointing at the world title, because this is my addiction. You're right. I don't deserve to call myself the best in the world. I've earned it. And when Gunther tried to shut down the Red Hot Punk, the future Hall of Famer cut him off and told him that come Saturday night, he will leave East Rutherford with the World Heavyweight Championship, but at least the ring general will have the opportunity to say he shared the ring with the best in the world. This was fantastic, man. There's no one better at delivering the fiery babyface promo that generates excitement and interest in the match than Punk. This is spectacular, and should silence critics of this feud's quality. Does it be pull the trigger and give us a Punk win, or does Chicago native become the latest victim of a career year for Gunther? That the winner's not really readily apparent is a good thing and should make one of the hottest matches of the premium live event. Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. Thought it was a fine match. Jey Uso defeated him via disqualification. Post-match beatdown, fan chant OTC, OTC. Roman Reigns comes out and makes the save. Breaker spears Jay and Roman through the barricade. Stand tall. Reed unleashed the tsunami, and they stand tall. He added one to Reigns before Breaker mocked one of the Tribal Chief's most famous promos, declaring that everyone works for him now. And that helped him build some good heat. Cole would once again pointed out that Usos never lost a raid in singles competition, so the post-match beatdown was a nice change of pace in that it gave the viewer that the false impression the baby faces would reign to close out the broadcast before the heels flipped the script and left them laying. So, yeah, man, the go-home show, thought it was a solid show, give it a 7 out of 10. Last two segments were really damn good. The show was fine, but the last two segments really saved it. But yeah, that's all to say. I'll be here Friday for the go-home show. Peace for SmackDown.